remaster. And it's a slipcover. Not only is it the 4K, but I got the previous. That's really loud. I promise the others aren't that loud. I also have the 1080p Blu-ray disc because I prefer it over the 4K remaster. I feel like the 4K remaster has too much grain reduction, and it overall affected the sharpness, in my opinion. The colors are a lot better on the 4K, but I just prefer the Blu-ray. It has more of that film look, in my opinion. And I'm not sure if Studio Ghibli movies really need it, but I would love to see them get 4K, HDR, Dolby Vision remasters. It's, I think they're good enough, but you never know what they can pull off taking it to that next level of high dynamic range. So yeah, this is the first in the collection. It's actually Hayao Miyazaki's directorial debut, full-length movie debut. Next up, I have Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind. This one is the Japanese Blu-ray, and it's the thickest one in the collection. I got this one this year. I actually had. Let me get some of that ASMR pulling. I had the G-Kids Blu-ray release of this one, and I also felt that they took out a lot of the grain, which takes out a lot of the sharpness and the detail in the animation. And I was looking at screenshots of the Japanese release and had to get it. Just had to do it. And I love how this one looks. So there's a lot of stuff in here, but we got the disc, and the reason why it's so thick is because it comes with a little book. So I'll show you that. The disc doesn't really make much noise coming out, which is what I like about these Japanese Blu-rays. They just kind of like snap in very quietly. Screenshots from the movie. And I don't know what it's talking about, but it shows some concept drawings, and I can't read Japanese, so my apologies. I can't really explain what's in this little booklet, but it's really cool, and that's what makes this Blu-ray a very good one to own. And so this is considered the first Studio Ghibli movie. So after Nausicaa, we got Lapida, or Castle in the Sky. This one is also a Japanese Blu-ray. This is another one of my favorites. looks like the promotional posters. If you haven't watched that one, that's definitely one to check out. So, up next, I have Kiki's Delivery Service. Gigi is my favorite cat. This is probably my earliest memory of Studio Ghibli. Watching this on TV with my sisters. They really liked this movie when we were growing up. So there's a bit of nostalgia for me. Really nice purple. Nice witchy purple. Let's see if I can get this one out. These are kind of hard to get out. Haven't really tried. Once again, it looks like they have promotional posters. Really nice cardstock. They have a nice magnet closure. I don't know if I should maybe show these closer up. Kind of hard to get them in focus. And this next one I debated getting on Japanese Blu-ray, but I believe it's the same exact video quality and transfer that G-Kids owns. So this is Porco Rosso, the Burgundy Pig. I'm not sure what that translates to, but this one is on Steelbook. These Steelbooks came out a couple years ago, and they're really nice. It's not too loud of steel. Okay, let's see if I can open it without anything flying out. So, we got a DVD, and we got the Blu-ray, and I really like this movie a lot. I remember getting emotional the first time I saw this one. He's having a flashback of when he was younger. No spoilers, I guess. But I'll just say that. So yeah. This one looks exactly like the Japanese one as far as the screenshots go, so this is the one I own. And will continue to own. Alright, this next one is pretty underrated in my opinion. I don't see it mentioned too often, and it's not directed by Miyazaki, so kinda gets swept under the rug. But we got Pompoko, the movie of the raccoons, and I love this movie a lot because its message of how nature's getting wiped away for humans to build. And that's pretty much the premise of the movie, is a nice raccoon. It's not a family, but it's just like a raccoon village, and their village keeps getting torn away so that humans can build their city. And yeah, and a lot of nice nature animation in this one. This is another reason why I really like it. So once again, nice matching color on the disc. mess it up every time. These are pretty hard to get out. So you can see the raccoon gang here. There they go. I'm probably gonna put this one on later. I know I'm not the best at ASMR, but I'm trying. And I guess before I pick this one out, this is like the Studio Ghibli movie that made me fall in love with Studio Ghibli. I remember renting it at Blockbuster, and I loved it so much, the forest scenes especially, and I think this was like the first Blu-ray that I seeked out. I got the, I don't know if it was the Hong Kong release of the Blu-ray. I think I had the Disney Blu-ray, and then come to find out that the subtitles weren't correct, so then I went out and got that Hong Kong one, which was in a basic Blu-ray box, with the blue on the case, and I realized it wasn't like an official release or something. It was just like a bootleg of the Japanese, I think, something like that. So I sold it, and this is the one that started the Japanese Blu-ray collection, Princess Mononoke, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Just went to the theaters a couple months ago to see it. It was great on the big screen. So yeah, I love the forest green on the cover, the Kodama. So yeah, this is the one that started it all for the Blu-ray releases for me. Nice forest green disc as well. I sort of wish that this one came with a special book like Nausicaa. It said that this was like Nausicaa revived, like redo of Nausicaa, because the premise is somewhat the same. But we have some art of the princess. And promotional posters as well. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that that's all it comes with. But yeah, if you haven't watched this movie, highly recommend. Highly recommend. You can see it's on my hoodie as well. And this next one is probably the most, actually, well, I would say it is the most popular one, right? Spirited Away. This one's nice and black. I really like how this one looks for that reason alone. And it's not my favorite Hayao Miyazaki movie. I don't want to say anything negative, but it's not up there for me. The animation is amazing though, don't get me wrong. Get that nice black in there. I think I just need to give this movie another chance. I've seen it a handful of times and it just has never done it for me. But I think I need to try it one more time, maybe. We got her in the beginning of the movie in the car. also surprised this one didn't get more stuff. So yeah, Spirited Away. Really nice looking one. Alright, so this next one is very odd because I bought a lot of these in a set that were sold as the Japanese Studio Ghibli movies. And Howl's Moving Castle was in it. And when I got it, I realized it's not the Japanese release, it's the Chinese release, which is a little bittersweet, but it doesn't come with the English track, which, I mean, I prefer the Japanese audios anyways, but sometimes it's nice when I'm not looking at the screen to just have the movie playing in the background and I can hear the English tracks. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty much identical to the Japanese release. It has a C on the disc. This one actually came with a nice, like a postcard, a little poster, and it uses like the same cardstock as the Japanese inners. So, yeah, I like this movie a lot. I like this one more than Spirited Away. So yeah, the one odd one of the bunch. And sadly, this is my last one. This one is very dear to me. We got Ponyo in a nice marine green, like an aqua green. You can't really see it on the camera, but it's like sea green. And you can kind of see the green a little bit better here, which is kind of an illusion because in person they're the same color, but then I see it on the screen here and they're two different greens. So, the first date I went on with my girlfriend was to go see Ponyo in theaters. So that's why this movie holds a special place in my heart now. There she is as a little kiddo. And this one looks really good. It was actually, I believe it's the first one where they used digital animation. And the colors pop so much on my TV. So yeah, that is my Studio Ghibli Blu-ray collection. I definitely want to get some of the other ones in there to fill it up. So yeah, thank you so much for watching Studio Ghibli forever. I look forward to seeing The Boy and the Heron in a couple months.